Hello everybody, and welcome to Humankind. For regular viewers, this will be a fairly normal VOD. For those maybe new to Humankind, today a demo did come out. Maybe you picked up Humankind for the first time. It's also on special at the moment, a 20% discount to celebrate the latest update. Let's create a game then, a normal game. I will be over-explaining a little bit as I go along. Reason why I bring that up and why I start that in the video. And if you do have any questions, chuck them in the chat. I'll try my best to answer them. Apologies for the technical difficulties at the start of this, but I think we're away now. Let's put ourselves on max difficulty. Let's ensure we're at a normal pace on a relatively normal world. I think by default New World should be on, not off. And the rest of these are probably fine. Humankind difficulty, bing, bang, boom. Random opponents, 6 of them. I think I've done everything I need. Let's jump in. Thank you, Tinker, Pete, Liam, Huck, Octopus. I appreciate your patience. Welcome along. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Very exciting times for Humankind recently. As I was saying, as we load in there, we've had the latest limited time event update. We've had another patch update. The game now has a demo version that people can play. It's on special on Steam and all over the show. And of course, slowly over time, we've started to see mods be added to the game as well, right? So lots of really exciting things that are happening. Also, I have some new overlays that I'm trying out. Do you like? We now have the top donor of the week, I think, or the month. I can change that. And then the most recent donor, which counts old streams as well. So finally some recognition and some fun little chat boxes. I might change the size of those if they're too big or too small. So please let me know. This is indeed a little bit of a test run. And actually, it, to be honest, didn't go quite as planned. I had hoped to be dual casting to Twitch as well. I've had a lot of, well, not a lot, but a few people have said, hey, can you stream on Twitch too? I'd like to do that. So, so yeah, maybe we'll do that in future. Unfortunately, I just couldn't quite get it to work today for me. So, YouTube's only. For now. For now. I'm going to try again later today, just streaming to Twitch, see if I can get it working. I think if I can get them working both individually, then I can probably get it working as a pair. Anyway, enough of that garbage. Let's talk Humankind, and we need to talk Neolithic era, right? Here we are. Obviously, my goal here is to try and explore as much of the map as I can and find some fruitful places for cities. So I'm looking for resources, I'm looking for food. I've turned on tile yields down the bottom here, so I'm looking at my tile yields as well, trying to figure out the best place for me. I'm going to head this way towards open land that is also elevated. Try and get a little extra look. And boom, here's our first discovery. Netted us 2 science out of the 10 that we need to get our knowledge star. So that's one of our goals, of course. Our other goal is to try and find food discoveries and animals to see if we can get some more people up in here, right? The new overlay style looks like Civ Beyond Earth. Is that a good thing? I'm sure it is. Oh, and we can cross onto a river using up all of our movement points, but end our turn on this aggressive layer, hit the old ransack button, and claim some food out of this bad boy. Fantastic. We could also consider placing down an outpost, and actually, those of you who are regular viewers of the old Mech Gang will know, just perfect for the old Mech Gang, you'll know that a +10/+10 outpost is considered, by me at least, to be a good one. And here is a slot where I can get a +15/+11. That's 15 food and 11 industry. Honestly, that looks like as good a spot as any. I'm gonna do that this turn. Also, stepping onto this high ground has allowed me to look down into this valley, and I can see there's not 1 but 2 locations where there are some food hidden, likely some berries, maybe if we get lucky also D's nuts. The downside is, because I've crossed over this river, I have to cross back onto it, and then walk all the way around, cross onto another river. It's gonna take me 4 turns to get to that 1 food. We might have to think about that a little more carefully. This is actually the danger of navigating around in the early game around rivers, right? Thankfully, we've got an event that's going to give me an extra dude. That is actually really brilliant, because then what I can do is still probably cross them both onto this river, but now I can use this one to do the rest of my exploring, like maybe down around this way, and then use this one to go where I know, without a doubt, we've got some food to eat. So let's do that. Jump across to that river and then send this dude probably over this way. See what we can find. I'm a little concerned at the moment that we've spent far too long in a Neolithic era and not really got a lot to show for it. We know there are 2 science discoveries, so we'll grab those. And we'll get this food. Of course, adding more people to my tribes, right? Hopefully these are nuts to give us 10 food. Oh my god, it was freshwater berries for the 15 food. Go you! That is fantastic. That's a great swing turn, right? A great swing turns. Your very first Jumbo Live attendance, Philip. Welcome, Philip. Welcome, welcome. Olmec loyalty with the likes. Absolutely, Octopus. Love tuning into an early stream and seeing all of those pop out. So good. Although, to be fair, most of those likes came through before I even started, which is also credit to the Olmec gang. Huge credit to the Olmec gang. Also got a poll running at the moment on the chat as to who you'd like to see me play in the first era. I gave you 4 options. Hopefully some of them will be available to me. And surprise, surprise, the people who have tuned into the stream immediately have voted for the Olmecs. I wonder why. However, I am actually quite keen to try out the Olmecs. Quite keen to try them out. If you put the Olmecs in the poll, it's already over. Honestly, probably true. Hey look, we got horses in our starting territory. That is very useful. And to be honest, a complete accident. A total accident. Amazing. Amazing. Alright, let's grab the city defense, food, or science. This is a really interesting one. Food is generally better to grow population, because population can turn into scientists later. And this is essentially just a really weak science buff at minus 25% research cost on that. That's probably worth about 8 science. What am I talking about? It's probably worth like 5 at the most, depending on your speed. I think we go with the food. Generally, if in doubt, go with the food or the industry, right? Cannot complain. Cannot complain. It's a pretty good service, but I prefer YouTube lately. Yeah, YouTube is my preferred as well. But I know that there are a lot of people on Twitch, so I would like to try and stream to both if I can. Question: of all the mods and the recent Amplitude updates, neither Collective Minds nor Land Razor have been nerfed. Are you surprised? Yes, Pete, I'm incredibly surprised. People know something I don't, maybe? I'm not sure. Yeah, very surprised that that they haven't been tweaked, or that other things haven't been buffed, which is actually an interesting point because the expansionist ability is now free. We've seen some other abilities change over time as well. The aesthete ability has changed. So maybe it's not that those two need to be nerfed, but that the others could continue to be lifted up, right? We can balance things by lifting up or dropping down. Maybe we'll continue to see more uplift. I don't know. Gotta get those prime subs. No, I'm not even a partner. I would gain, maybe over time, Huck, but in the short term, I would gain nothing. I have no way to monetize Twitch. And certainly not anytime soon because of the barriers that are in place to get there. I don't know them, but you need like a certain number of streams and viewers and blah, blah, blah. So at this point, it is really just for outreach. It's actually probably a bad monetary decision because I'll be moving people to a platform where I'm not monetized at all and I'm working entirely for free. But, you know, maybe it works. People have wanted it. I think it makes sense I deliver it. Let's move over and fight this animal, right? The third part of the Neolithic era. We've also discovered some mountains. Really. Go figure. Look at them all. Look at all that industry, baby. Absolutely fantastic. So I need 1 more population from finding some more food, and I need 2 more science. Probably not going to get that old animal star, but we never really do. We found that this territory had copper and a couple of other unknown strategics. Let's move this way. Again, crossing onto a river, which uses up all of our remaining movement points, regardless of how many we have left. But once we're on it, we can essentially jump into a little canoe, right? In theory. We don't actually do that. And ride the river as far as we like. well, 4 tiles. Hopefully this dude will get off there. Nope, he's actually just come closer. I'm scared. Of course, the Mammoths have 14 combat streaks, so you don't really want to mess with them. Let's jump this way, and find some more food thanks to our high ground. Olmec gang coming out in force. Mikro, how are you? Have we fought the stronger mammoths yet? I'm not sure if we have. I did in my video today. But no, I don't think so. So let's do that. I'm gonna do it with 2 units though, not 1. The new stronger mammoths. Oh, there's my discovery. Could actually move back, grab that, move through the next era. But nope. This is the Overexplained, the slightly slower paced introductory keyboard. I say keyboard because I was reading your chat around when I spilt my coffee, Mink Store. I'm holding this one very carefully. Alright, let's fight this big woolly dude. Check out the new mammoths. We can also talk combat, which is nice. Look at that buff deer. Okay, so let's manually fight. It's a 2v1. Obviously, we're off to a great start. In general, it would be a good idea to move toward either wooded terrain or high ground. This one is slightly higher. And this one is wooded, right? But also this one is wooded. It's just this one that isn't. So if we don't move here, then the mammoth will move here and take it. But it still works out better for us. So I'm going to move back onto as much high ground as I can and end that deployment phase. Now we're going to move into the battle phase. It's my turn first. I could choose to step forward and fight it, but I'd prefer to fight it on uneven footing, right? An area where I have the high ground. So this is my high ground position. What I'm going to do is select this unit and just defend in place. Or you can just click end round to auto-defend. The mammoth will naturally, aggressively come and fight me. And now I can use my high ground position to get extra damage. Watch. Here, it's, with this unit, it's actually a disadvantageous fight for me. The mammoth is so strong and so high health that I'm not in a good spot. But here, thanks to the high ground, I'm in a slightly better spot. I was going to say much better, but that's not quite true. So, let's go for the stab. It took 18, I took 12. Watch what happens now on the low ground. The mammoth is a bit weaker, so the fight will be more on my footing now. So we used our height advantage first, and now I can swing in with this dude. It should be a closer fight, but not too bad, because the mammoth had already taken some damage. You can see it's taking now a -2, if you cast your eyes to the top of the screen, from being heavily damaged. So again, we'll go in with our high ground dude and send in the cleanup crew here. A nice, safe fight. Like all of my fights, clearly. Super safe. Super safe. What's new for Humankind, Ivan? Oh my goodness, what's not new? In a nutshell, new end conditions. Revamped military across the board, really. Lots of sweeping changes to a whole lot of units. Those are the 2 big ones. I did an update on a video yesterday. If you'd like to hear more detail, I won't bog down everybody who's watched that already in this video. However, it is time for me to move through to the ancient era. We've got 3 populations here. We've got 1 down here who unfortunately can't actually make it anywhere useful this turn. We could place down another outpost, and this is likely a reasonable spot. It's a +7, +11. Which is good enough. 7 is tends to be my minimum. If you've got 7 of each resource, you should be well balanced. In general, the game will push you towards choosing more food-based tiles. I prefer to choose more industry-based tiles. So actually, I'm going to use this dude to place down this outpost. Remind me later. 2 outposts moving through into the ancient era is quite good pacing. You can go through with none, but we're gonna move through having claimed 2 spit it out pieces of land. Right, let's move through to the culture selection screen, and we've missed out on the Harappans, the Hittites, interesting, and the Mycenaeans. So who are we choosing? You, the Olmec gang, the Olmec gang. About 3 disconnects in as many hours. Yeah, that is a shame. That is a shame. But I was watching that stream too. Well, a little bit. I didn't get to catch most of it. But 2D Kitty Gamer Zach, and the Game Mechanic, and Potato McWhiskey did a multiplayer stream. A few disconnection issues, but by and large, it looked like it went pretty well. Yes, some slightly new stream assets today, officially. I'm also going to trial streaming on Twitch today. Initially, it was supposed to be both platforms, but I'll have to do them separately. Anyway, let's choose our culture. You voted overwhelmingly in favor of the Olmecs. Yikes. So let's choose them. As a breakdown, because this is a slightly more over-explained stream, I'll just go through the thinking here. So we're choosing an aesthete culture. That means we're going to be earning more influence and less, potentially, of the other yields that other cultures might do, right? The Phoenicians earn money, Joe, science, and stability. We're looking at influence, which is good. It'll fuel our expansion and connecting our cities. Their unique district, the Olmec Head, provides some food as well as influence, and it counts as a farmer's quarters, so we can build some farms around it and have it working very well. And their javelin thrower, this has been updated. The javelin thrower is much stronger now. Not only was its base, I believe its base combat strength was buffed. I don't have my notes on me right now, but from memory, from talking in the members Discord, I think it's been buffed by +2. And also the ambusher trait, stronger in forest tiles, has also been buffed. I think Huck was saying the collective strength bonus to a javelin thrower compared to a standard archer now, fighting in a forest, if the javelin thrower is forested, is something like a 10 combat point difference. When units have around 20 combat strength, that is huge. So this unit is very powerful, very keen to try it out, so we'll have to research carpentry. Let's jump in, Olmec gang! And try out some sweet Olmec action.
The challenges of
Boom.
young civilization. As far
Let's
as
give it a go.
markets
Move through into the
we know
ancient
Olmec
era.
traded their marvelously crafted goods.
Boom,
in trade,
boom, boom.
But we know little more.
And oh my god.
This is your story to write.
Someone just became one of us? Hey! Jay! Welcome to the JumboPixels too! Wicked! One of us! One of us! Thank you so much for your support and becoming a member of the channel. I really appreciate it. Should I try and pronounce your last name or will I just offend you? Gutierrez? How did I do? I hope that's right. Thank you so much, Jay. Really, 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 really appreciate it. And now your name's in green, and soon your picture will change colors even more. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's pillage this sanctuary. Now it's providing me money, not food. It's worth noting. Once you move through into the ancient era, you'll start to get some cash money out of that, which we can use to speed up buildings, so it's not the end of the world. We've also met our first opponent or friend. It's Victor, yikes. The Hittites, yikes. The Hittites are a militarist culture, right? Let's introduce ourselves. Hello. And open up the treaties tab. See if we could go for shared maps. Quite useful early on to see where they are, right? Go for open borders. We don't want that. We'd love a non-aggression pact. I don't know if they'll take it, but we would love for the Hittites, who are a militarist, not to fight us. So I might try and propose that. They've said we'll do it if you give us 69 gold, which I can't do, so I have to refuse. Unlucky. Okay, that's not a great start to our diplomatic relations. Here is their scout. So they're coming from this way, probably. We have one unit nearby who has considerably less combat strength than this scout, which has 16. I only have 13. So what we'll have to do is either try and bring some extra dudes over, or maybe turn this into a city. Unfortunately, this outpost hasn't finished being constructed, but this one over here has. So welcome to the ancient era. Our first city is free. Let's convert this outpost into a city. San Lorenzo. Welcome, San Lorenzo. And I reckon we build our Olmec Head first. Or we could go for the pottery workshop, actually, which would provide us with 4 influence. The Olmec Head would only provide us with 1, but it would give us a lot of food. It's an interesting play, and a really interesting call. Right at the start of the game, do you take the pottery workshop for influence to fuel expansion? Or do you build a unique district to try and build up your cities? It's a tough one. I'm going to go with our Olmec Head because it provides influence. 14 food and some influence. Seems good. Wondering if we shift our population over onto industry as well, speed that up. Now it's 5 turns. Nice. Nice! And Devilish, thank you so much, Devilish, for the $1.99 super chat. Devilish says, Kia ora! No peace, destroy them, war stick! Yes, 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 yes. In favor of the war stick, I'm tempted actually to get our javelin throwers straight away. It's an unorthodox play. By the way, I would usually recommend that you take domestication and calendar. Domestication to farm horses, calendar to farm luxury resources. But this time, we're going to choose the Olmecs to get our javelin thrower immediately. Hey, maybe we just get rid of this person. Thank you, Huck. Not, by the way, if you're watching, not because they said something like, this game sucks and Civ is better. Totally fine to have that opinion. It was the messages that you didn't see that were filtered that was the reason why Arctic Haze Productions has been banned from chat. You're more than welcome. Oops, I should not have moved that unit there. You're more than welcome to dislike this game or think that it's not worth money. You know, that's fine. You're welcome to your opinion. It's wrong, but you're welcome to your opinion. But you know, we're not gonna handle that. Huck, is that the first time you've got to use the hammer? Huck comes out swinging with the hide hammer. Whomp! A big old 300-second timeout. Can you tell that I'm usually slapped with warmonger penalties? Oh my god, me playing Civ 5 earlier this week, it was warmonger penalties everywhere. Olmec gang, let's go! Yeah, the trolls. The trolls. At least it wasn't a webcam's sexy boys and girls or whatever that that meme of a bot is. So, do I like the game or not? I wonder, Victor. I wonder if I think this is a good Forex strategy game. The jury's out. The jury's not out. I do think this is a very good Forex strategy game. A flawed one, but a good one. Let's cross onto this river. Nice to use our last movement. I see we've got something offered by our Hittites. They want to trade luxuries. Sure.
I wish I could claim victory.
They've got none, but we'll do it just to build up our diplomatic relations. Try and reduce their war support. We can lift ours if and when we need to. Still just kind of standing next to me with that unit, sort of ominously staring over me. I don't know if I like that. San Lorenzo, should we move even more people into industry just to get this done? Or should we move them into food? It actually doesn't make that much of a difference. Let's put 2 people on industry, all of our population. We'll ignore growth for the minute. Reason being, the Olmec head will provide me with food, so I'll be able to grow a lot faster once it's built. So I'm going to put all of my resources, I'm going to move all of my workers into industry, get it finished as quickly as possible, and then move on with building the city. Another thing I could look to do is disband some of my units while they're within the city boundaries and turn them into populations. It's actually a really good idea to quickly build up a city. So what we might do, particularly because we're going to be building javelin throwers in the future, is send this unit over into San Lorenzo, and we'll turn them into one of these unknown workers. Watch as this poor unit becomes disbanded into San Lorenzo, and now we have 3 populations. Let's put someone on science, maybe? Yeah, we'll put someone on science, boost it from 3 to 9, quite useful. We could also attach Bellatrix to San Lorenzo, merging these together and forming one megacity out of them. But, ooh, actually, yes. Let's do it. Womp. Attach that up. That'll start bringing some extra food and industry into San Lorenzo. Also an extra slot for an industrial worker. And now I have enough industry to build the Olmec head in a turn. And what we're going to do is, now that we've attached this territory, of course, we can queue up another one, right? Every attached territory can build districts around itself. So, let's get 2 Olmec heads! Olmec gang, look out! And then we'll queue up the pottery workshop, because it is a very good source of influence. Ooh, this is an interesting one. My 2 weak units versus their stronger 1 unit. Let's manually resolve it. And take to the high ground and put my healed unit here. Reason being, this unit may run this way and step up onto the high ground. Oh, actually, no. Let's try and bait them. No, let's stay here. So we'll stay here, hold the high ground. Hopefully they'll step, boom, exactly as planned. They stepped onto this tile, and they chose this tile instead of the high ground because they wanted to fight this weak unit. Which makes sense. They'll probably get the kill on this weak unit. I used it as bait, basically, to bait them onto a low ground tile so that I could then yeet in like this for a much stronger attack. This unit, unfortunately, has no backup plan. There's no way out of here. They could move and hide this way, potentially, but then this unit would probably step up onto the high ground to fight them, and I don't want them on the high ground. I want them to stay there. So I'm just going to defend in place. Continue to use that unit as bait. Oh, they moved anyway, which is actually fine, because now we can probably clean them up. They're probably weak enough. Ooh, not quite. Okay, we'll have to just defend in place. Boom. Through a little bit of smart planning and baiting the opponent into a trap, right, and leading them in, we were actually able to save both of our units and destroy theirs, despite theirs being considerably stronger. That's a big win. That's a big win. Let's get these units back to base and get them to heal up. I'm not sure why that unit decided to stop there and not run around. That's fine. A little bit of a misdemeanor.
First emblematic quarter.
Influence in this game is like an endless space, but in this game it's more punitive. Interesting.
Go ahead.
Hate the pollution and influence mechanics. Hope this game gets some kind of reward. Same. Well, it's been nominated for a strategy game of the year at the Game Awards. Go Humankind. You can vote for it now if you want to. So yeah, it'd be really cool if they win that. Be really cool if they win that. I hope so. They deserve it. We have a dev in chat. Artist, actually. So I can't fix bugs. Hey, Victor. Victor himself. Welcome along. Fantastic. Right. So, what are we doing? Overwhelmed. Let's move this way. Continue to use this unit just to explore out the rest of the map. Try and luck upon what we just lucked upon, which was a discovery. You'll find many of them around the map throughout the ancient era. In general, they'll reward you with gold. Sometimes as you move through as well, you might get some science or some influence out of them as well. So we'll keep using this unit to explore, and we'll probably need to keep these two here healing up. Don't forget. Click the little regroup button once a unit is within friendly territory and you can heal them if you don't have the money to buy the heal outright. I'm going to choose not to because I would prefer to spend a little bit of money like this on buyouts to try and finish districts just that little bit quicker. Another important thing to note, of course, all cultures have a little ability up here underneath your name and your era stars. We're an aesthetic culture, and so ours is Cultural Blitz. We can spend gold to gain influence and bring a territory under our sphere of societal influence. Now, in this case, all of our territories are already under my sphere, so that doesn't really do much, but I can use it to convert gold into influence, which is generally a good thing in the early game when we need influence to expand. So I'm just going to use that. Essentially, like I say, just converting 30 gold into 30 influence. It's not bad. It's not bad. Yes. And yeah, keep moving this dude around, keep exploring. Moving through the forests does actually use up a lot more of your movement, so watch. Here I have 2 movement points left. And if I move through deep forests and move out of deep forests, it will use up more, so let's just try and stay clear of those if we can. Also, these rivers as well, like I've mentioned a million times, the rivers are more devastating. It'll use all of my movement. Look at that. A whole turn to just jump onto it. So, do take care. Boom, Swedish opinions. Love a good Swedish opinion. Halo Freak, first time you've been able to catch the stream. Love watching the videos while you play. 2 games of Humankind are better than 1. Oh, thank you, Halo Freak. I hope you are having a great time at the moment as well. I believe there's been some Halo stuff, right? I know what I'm doing. Yes, Halo. Halo beta, maybe? Question mark? The 3D art for this game, by the way, Victor, massive shout out to you. I talk about it semi-frequently on stream, just how much I love both how beautiful the game and the world looks, but also how beautiful some of the other artworks as well, right? Not just the districts and stuff, but I also really like all the unit art. But man, like, I could just spend a million years scrolling through. How could you not love? How could you not love just everything about this? Look at this, even down to the little dudes running around who run away from my mouse. It's ridiculous, and I love it in every way. Anyway, look, I should stop my fangirling. Let's jump back into this game. Heal up these units for free. Linking them together will actually save me a bit of money as well. And also extra for experts. Really, it's a good idea to have them stationed in a city to build up our stability. At the moment, we're at 100%. But the more districts that we build and the more stability losses we take down the bottom of this drop-down box, the harder it will be for our city to be happy and produce all of its influence. We don't want it to become too unstable. So I will actually position these units a little bit more cleverly, i.e. on the city itself, garrisoning them here and allowing them to heal. It's a safer place, it's a more stable place, it just makes sense.
Follow me.
And will we find anything over here in the Great Unknown? Yes, and unfortunately it's not what I wanted to find. It's some more borders. Ooh, and the Hittites move aggressively, dare I say? Toward me up the top of the map. Okay. Let's actually focus on expansion instead. These units are healed enough now where I can start to move them. Maybe buy their heal if it's relatively cheap. So I'm going to send this one out to this territory with the copper, the unknown strategics, and also a gold. And then I think we'll send this one... We could move here to take this sort of aggressively. This territory has strategic importance because it's close to them. But not really a lot going on in here. Like, I don't see any resources, unless they're down this way. It is adjacent to us, though. Down here, we have rivers and lots of nice stuff. But I'm going to go out this way just for that push, that strategic push, to try and claim some of the map before it's too late. And let's take domestication, get our horses online here in the capital. Hopefully a little bit quicker. I might also, now that we've built our unique districts and I've used some money to buy my pottery workshop, redistribute my populations around a bit. I'd like to grow a little bit more, but I'd also like more science. I'm going to put one person on science, queue up a food district, yes, adjacent to our special district here. So it will provide us with +1 extra food and +1 influence. Boom. Alongside everything else that it was going to do. Hey, Alec, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Alec says, I fanboy when you fanboy for the devs. You'd watch a whole stream... I'd watch a whole stream of you just praising the devs. Would you, Alec? JumboPixel, are you going to continue the expansion's military run? Yeah, baby. That save is there and ready to go. That save is there and ready to go. Always. Thank you so much for your support, Alec, and for making this possible. I appreciate that. Not sure if I'll stream the whole time, pumping love at them. But I will uncontrollably do it from time to time. Not to appear like too much of a fanboy. But what can I say? It's a great... Oh, dear. It's a great game. Okay, we've stumbled upon some independent tribes, right? These are not normal opponents for Humankind. But, unfortunately, they do roam the map. Separate from AI opponents, right? You don't need to beat them. They don't have a lot in the way of diplomacy. They'll only build one city to themselves and only claim one territory. But they'll be a pain in the backside. Let's run away from them. Run well away. Yeah, we might continue that save next stream, actually. Tomorrow or the day after. I might play around with it a bit on Twitch as my test stream, but I won't like, spoil it. Okay. Right, back to plan Expandaroo. Let's Expandaroo. This territory looks like useful for its strategics. Not a lot of food here. Probably a really high industry settle somewhere, though. Yeah, look at that. +20. That might be taking the mick a little bit. There's a river down here, but I can't really harness a lot from it. So actually, on balance, the plus 20 is a bit of a meme. Don't build plus 20s where there's only 2 food. But actually, I'm gonna build a plus 20 where there's only 2 food. The 20 industry is just too tasty. Right, so here you can see the independent people are establishing their little city. It's a nice territory too. I like it. We might take it. We may just take it. Oh, although, here we've lucked upon what is probably more food than you've ever seen in your entire life. A plus 18, plus 10. Now that is an outpost to write home about, right? Hey mum, check out this outpost I just got. That military save is burning a hole in the... I know, right? So many people have asked about it. In fact, you know what? We'll do it next time. Garrett, yep, next time we'll play that game. Okay? It'll either be tomorrow or the next day. We'll play that game. I will probably test around a little bit on Twitch. I would so be up for a dev interview if his company would allow it. Wouldn't that be cool? Wouldn't that be cool? Yeah. I would be so up for that too. Dreams are free. Dreams are free. Alright. Let's establish this plus 20 plus 2. Lots of industry, so it will establish very quickly, right? It costs 35 industry on normal speed to build an outpost. We're going to build that one pretty dang fast. Oh, Luluban, a 0 population city. Something to note, if you see a city on 0 pop and you have a unit nearby, you can just jump in and grab it. You can just jump in and grab it. I'm a little bit far away. I wouldn't get there in time, so I'll focus on grabbing this instead. Napster Blink. Hey, JumboPixel, how do you remove the UI? Like when we fanboyed over the map. Ah, yes. Very fun. Shift F10. Shift F10. You can go into this wonderful view of the map. There's also a mod that lets you have a lot more control. When I shift F10, I like to turn off all of these things down the bottom here so that you get a nice, crisp, clean look at the beautiful map. You can also use Q and E by default at any time to swivel the camera. So if you'd like to get a slightly different look, right, you're like, oh yeah, this is nice and all, but I'd like to look at it from the front. You can kind of do that. Yep. Very fun. Cinematic view, right? Sometimes harsh. Yeah, the comments can sometimes be far too harsh. I agree, Victor. Far too harsh. But also, yeah, totally. A lot of really good stuff out there as well. Peter asks, what is the worst culture and why? And is there a situation that calls for picking them? Anybody in chat have any opinion on what the worst culture in the game is? I'm not sure I do. Let me think about it for a minute while I choose my civics. In terms of choosing your civics, basically you're choosing to either get more influence to expand or more faith to build a religion. I'm going to go for more influence to expand. Influence, particularly important to me, is the Olmecs, because I get more fame, right? Our victory condition. More fame. You can see I generate a lot more, actually, from my aesthete stars than I do from my expansionist ones or my builder ones. So I'm going to go for the extra... Where are we? Extra fame on... That's not it. Extra... Founding myths. Extra fame. Extra influence to generate extra fame. And then in this one, we can either choose to make new outposts cheaper or make attaching existing outposts to cities cheaper. I'm going to go for new outposts because I think we've got more of them to do. Now, worst culture in the game. America, definitely a bad one in the contemporary era. Totally agree. Maybe not as bad as people might think when you can use their jets, though. Right? A little bit maybe just under-tested. In the ancient era, it's usually the Hittites. The mid-game gets a little foggy for me. Goths, yeah, Goths a little underrated. Olmecs have been buffed recently with their new unit, so maybe they're better. Maybe they're better. Pete, at some point we could turn off different win conditions. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, Pete. That's just open the floodgates for fun challenges. Totally. Totally! I haven't had any issues with my AI personas myself. Americans are the worst. Umayyads? Umayyads... weak. I agree, Micro. Generally weak. Although, again, they could cater to a certain playstyle. And actually, to answer the second part of your question, I don't think that there's any culture in this game that is so bad that there's not a situation where they couldn't be played. Maybe that's just my hot take. Maybe everyone thinks I'm totally wrong, but I genuinely think that there's enough diversity of play in Humankind that it's not a massive, massive issue. Yeah. Not a massive, massive issue. Massive, massive. Might go for that infrastructure. Ooh, no, that's very expensive. Let's get a Maker's Quarter first. And oh my god, kick-ass Duke. Duke with a $10 super chat. What did you say? And thank you so much. $10 super chat for teaching me how to rotate the camera. Mind blown. Oh, how good! Hey, glad even the veteran viewers and players can learn something new from this stream. Yeah, and obviously the weakest culture is the Olmecs. Hands down, the worst. You can never make it past the industrial. Hopefully I can help you with that, Joe. Ed or Japanese? Ooh, interesting. I haven't actually tested them a lot. So I wouldn't want to... like, directly say that they are, because they may be a little bit better than I give them credit for. Ming? Yeah, well, Ming you get a discount, right? A really good discount. So I quite like the Ming for that reason alone. Also, their unique units are really good. Okay, there's really no good spot for an outpost here, right? You'll see that the tiles aren't producing a lot. Very unproductive. So what we'll do here, here's a new strategy that I don't talk about often because it's the one that I don't like to do. We're going to go for the high food settle rather than the high industry. So I'm going to go here on this tile, which looks to be the best I can find, panning around. It's a plus 13 food, plus 2 industry. The industry sucks, and you'll see that here in its creation. It's going to take another 15 turns to build this crappy Kuma outpost. Because this industry is so dreadful. So, we'll move to our backup plan. Just checking I can actually do it, and I can't. Oh, shoot. And I used up all of my influence, so this dude can't claim this territory. So we'll have to just skip turn and wait here. I'm going to wait rather than go out and explore, because it's quite important to me to get this spot. Calendar is now only going to take 2 turns, which is brilliant. Starting to get that online. We'll be able to improve our resources soon! What did he just say? Unsubscribe. I really cancel Civics, so I don't use Ming much. You also get it for their earning. Although, to be fair, you do... Ming is relatively late in the game, so maybe you're not enacting many Civics by the time you pick them up. A good point. A good point. Degree Olmec Gang's OG. Right. Grab those horses now that we've got those online. And in fact, I'm going to move them to the front of the queue. They provide me a little bit of science as a strategic resource, and I want that. Another thing that it's worth mentioning is... Oh no! No, this is not what's meant to happen. Now here we're on the low ground against a promoted aggressive unit. We don't win this fight. Let's retreat. And maybe build some units in San Lorenzo. My plan was, I might still be able to do it, but basically you can use units to clear forests, and that provides industry to the nearest outpost. So what I was going to do was move this unit onto a forested tile, chop it down, send industry here to help it build faster. That's the strategy. I might still get to show you it. I might not. I might not. I've loved 4X games forever too. Settlers. One that I never actually played a lot of. But big mood in the chat talking about Settlers. All the game settings are always in the description and almost always up to date. Playing on normal pace this time, friend. Normal pace. Let's show the details. Another Civic has been unlocked. These are our cultural policies. If you've played other games, like Civ, you can think of Civics like cultural policies. Apologies if you've seen Humankind already. I know a lot of regular viewers are here and you already have, but I want to make this as accessible as possible. This stream will be different in that way. Assimilated peoples. For cheaper assimilation costs. We can assimilate the neutral tribes, bring them into our realm, or we could hire their armies for a lot cheaper. In this case, I'm going to be more looking at my axes. So I can move towards being more of a worldly empire by hiring their armies cheaper. That'll give me more food. Or I can move towards homeland, giving me more combat strength. Usually not a fantastic pick, but I feel like we might be getting into some conflict early on, and we may want to assimilate some people as well. So I'm going to choose assimilated peoples and move towards extra strength. We are, after all, having some difficulties. Oh my god, a deer! It's just got in my way! Okay. The fight of the ages. Oh, I'm retreating, so I can't even fight a deer. What a coward.
Off we go.
Okay, that's fine. We move onwards and upwards. Ooh. So, we could rent units, right? Unfortunately, none of these are available to rent. Also, this still has 0 pop. Oh, I should have ran for it. But I didn't. I mucked up. That was a mistake on my behalf. We could have made it there in time to claim it while it has 0 pop. Reason why I didn't focus it down is I feel like that'll probably be fixed over time. Surely. Oh, but look! Oh, man. Oh, man. I was rewarded for hanging around. So another thing that's happened here is a new independent city has appeared right next door to me. When new cities appear, they have 0 populations. That makes them undefendable. However, there are still 2 military units within its boundaries defending it, I think. Are they within its boundaries? It looks like it because they're standing on its farmer's quarter. So what we need them to do is leave before I can just waltz in, right? Let me show you. If I try and waltz in now, it will start a siege. I don't want to start a siege. I can't win a siege, right? So if I just quickly reload this turn, if we wait until there are no units present within the city and it has 0 population, we may be able to sneak in and take an undefended, unguarded city for free. Because it's an independent city as well, we don't need to declare war. So there's no awkward diplomatic relationships to work around. For sure, also here for the community you built. I hope you're here for each other. I hope so. And maybe me. But yeah, the community more broadly. Civ 5 for me. Also, actually me too, Victor. Wasn't my first, but it may as well have been. It may as well have been. Grabbed it on sale, spent 300 hours on it. Grabbed Endless Legends, spent 300 hours on that. Worked at Amplitude. That is awesome. Oh, what a wicked story. So good. Also, probably the dream. Alright, let's... Okay, they've actually moved to defend it. I'm going to just walk away from it, right? Try and lull them into a sense of security.
Greetings to the Nubians.
Oh, we've also just encountered formerly the Nubians. Edgar. Oh man, we're coming up against all of the built-in personas today. Should we only trade luxuries?
A good idea.
Yes, absolutely. Do they have any to trade? If we go to the trade tab, no they don't. But we'll open up that diplomatic relationship with them. Card? No. That's still the same turn. Right, we'll just wait there. We'll grab City Defense, the last sort of early technology for us. Move this unit to that discovery, get some extra cash money. And check on this outpost. Outposts that aren't attached to cities, in case you didn't know, you can spend influence to improve resources once you've got the techs required to improve them. I'm going to use influence here to improve these. Brilliant. gold. Plus 2% money on all cities and some stability for doing that. Nicely done. And you, my friend, can go on Yeet Auto Explore. Go and explore the world. See if you can find a boat. And let's see if we can also go for the cheeky chop down the woods play. Yes, we can. Alright, 4 turns. Oh no, they're gonna fight me, aren't they? They're so totally gonna fight me while I try and chop down these woods. Let's queue up some military units. At least one of our javelin throwers, right? We have to try at least one. I wonder if there's a way to both support JumboPixel and pick up Humankind. Gee, Huck, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, also, Humankind came out with that demo today, too. Yes, Humankind is on sale right now as well. All the good stuff. A shameless layout for me, Huck, but I absolutely appreciate it. Links in the description if you'd like to purchase the game through my link. I get a small kickback if you choose to do it, but otherwise not at all sponsored or affiliated. Shall I use my aesthete thing again? Absolutely. You can see I'm actually starting to lose my influential grasp a little bit as my neighboring opponent starts to mosey at me. So I'll spend a bit of gold just to boost up my influence. And yep, as expected, unfortunately we weren't able to hide down here and chop that tree. This unit is one of our early scouts. It's quite weak. It's probably not going to be able to do a lot. I might actually just disband it into a city and then build a new unit in its place. Something even stronger still. Okay, is a card ready to take? No. You know what? I'm going to go and have a look at Lulu Barn. Stuff it. Stuff it. And just as I say that, it gains a population. Lulu Barn. However, because they're quite close to us, we could consider to pick them up in another way. Instead of aggressively taking them or trying to cheekily steal their city, we can win them over with money or influence. I'm going to use both. Money, influence. Money. Money. Influence. It becomes more expensive each time, but now my sort of patronage over them will build by 10 per turn. That's a lot faster by the looks than what the Nubians are getting. They're only getting +3. And if we can get this full or near full, we'll be able to assimilate them into our empire and make them become one of us. One of us. And we can found a religion. Hey, this is different. What has changed here? Is it just the wording? Ah, no, it's not, is it? I think now it... No, yeah, maybe it is just the wording. +2 faith on administrative center, so it's not outposts. I had hoped maybe we might see faith on main plaza versus faith on outposts. But at this rate, I still don't consider shamanism to be very strong. +2 faith on city centers and +2 faith on attached outposts. That's administrative centers. Versus just a flat out +6 faith on city centers. Yeah, it's just a hard sell. I mean, this place would provide +4 at the moment. Or I can get +6. It's an extra 50%. That's massive in the early stages in particular. Once you start to progress through the game, it becomes much less important because you have districts and wonders and all sorts of stuff that are getting you way more faith. This decision is really, at its crux, most important at the very beginning. And shamanism is just such a hard sell for me. I know that every now and again someone will argue in chat that it's better, but I just don't see it. Some quality assurance in the chat. Go you. Yeah, I'm gonna grab polytheism. I just don't... Yeah, there's just no way for me. I don't think it's a close race. Again, if it was... If it applied to all outposts, not just attached ones, I would be more likely to grab shamanism. Even if it was just +1 per outpost, I might even consider it. But at nothing for outposts, I'm not considering it. Okay, so we're building a market quarter. A maker's quarter. Do I want to build my unit first, just to try out these throwers? Maybe. Let's try and consolidate a little bit more onto industry, see if that makes a difference anywhere. Not really. Alright. We'll just continue with that as the status quo then. And as I say, let's disband this somewhat useless unit now. Yeet. Another population into San Lorenzo, which is another worker. For more food, because we're actually starving. Really starving. Feed the people, for goodness sake. Building units will help reduce that, though, so it's maybe not quite as bad as it looks. Let's get bronze working for unlocking copper, our other strategic resource. And are you ready to be stolen? No. It may not actually ever. They may just stay there and defend forever. Yeah. Now they've got population. Now they've got population they've left. Dang it. Okay, that's fine. Let's win them over as well. We could consider throwing a little bit of money at them over time. And actually, seeing as I'm not using influence to build an outpost here, I'll just chuck a bit of influence at them to get the ball rolling. 10 gold as well. Very cheap early entrance cost to start building up some influence over your opponents. So let's do it. Let's just influence both of these guys. Alright. We tried. We tried to sneak a free city. We weren't able to do it. We move on. Ooh, and this unit is on auto-explore, just hoovering discoveries left, right, and center. But actually, I want to turn them off it because we can claim this outpost, and it's quite a good one. I'll grab the +2/+7 because I can get it this turn. I don't want to wait the extra turn for the extra yield. And what's going on here? Ooh, bad things. Anything to trade? Yes, but I'm too poor to do it. Classic! Okay. Wow. There's another one. And we're being attacked again! Oh dear, and this time I can't retreat, so we just have to fight. And it's not a great fight. Unfortunately, my deploy position has left me completely stuck on a low ground tile with nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. Oh, okay, well, they stepped onto the flag, which is nice for me. We might be able to get out of this alive if we just defend. Let them take the quote-unquote win by standing on the flag and run away on the last round. And oh my goodness, the Nubians move! We got warriors coming at us left, right, and center. We've claimed this territory though, so we are still continuing our expansion in and around the homeland. If we sneak up here and get this one, or perhaps actually sneak out this way and grab this one. Reason being, it will eventually be connected to these, which will eventually become my cities. So if we start connecting these territories, we can bridge the gap and start to build a homogeneous empire that will be more easy to connect down the line. Can you explain why you did choose a high food outpost with such low production? Yes, Pete. The idea was that I was going to use my units to chop down forests, to feed production in here, to complete it quickly. And then once it's completed, I can attach it to an existing city, and then its low production doesn't matter, because it becomes part of a wider whole. Unfortunately, my unit, if you remember, was attacked and scared off, so I wasn't able to actually clear these forests for the industry that they would provide. So, unfortunately, it's just sitting here, slowly ticking away now. It was a fail. Basically, it was a fail.
And power for your empire. Let's hope they're worth the price.
Oh, Victor, thank you so much. Victor, thanks for tuning in. Firstly, really appreciate you. Secondly, thanks for engaging with chat. So cool to hear your perspective. And lastly, thank you for the kind words. It means a lot. And like you say, online, sometimes there are a few that aren't so kind. So it's really wonderful to hear your feedback. I really appreciate that, Victor. Enjoy the rest of your day, whatever it has in store for you. Really, seriously, that means a lot. I'm like, do I cut that out and frame it? Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Cheeky, Huck. Cheeky, I'll allow it. Alright. We've got our javelin thrower. Here's our newly buffed javelin thrower. Let's go and throw some javelins. And we're going to choose a nice easy target to start with. A deer. Alright, javelin thrower. What have you got for me? You bastard. Okay, let's go. Oh no, look, it, it heard great things, or scary things, and now it's fleeing. Let's hunt it down. I may also get here in time to chop down a forest with this javelin thrower, although that's probably a waste of both the javelin thrower's ability and also my time. Ooh. Ooh. Hey! Yeah, get out of here! You should fear the javelin thrower. We just scared off the Hittites with our new javelin thrower. And unfortunately, the deer is nowhere to be seen. So we'll just leave that, let that lie. Considering turning something into a second city while I wait to pick up these next ones. The cost of establishing cities increases as time passes, so it does become more and more expensive, but this outpost down here actually looks like it could be a reasonable city. So I'm going to spend 160 influence, yeet, to turn this into a city. Useful, of course, because we can start to get extra stuff for it. I would really like to attach an outpost, a productive outpost too. Which is going to be this one. I believe it had 20 industry. Yep, 21. So we'll take Leventa and... Oh no, they don't border. Oh, I'm the biggest moron. Okay, quickly. We need to send this javelin thrower back and take this territory for Leventa. Leventa needs something to hook onto, and I don't want it to be this one because this one is only food. I'm just looking at its industry and thinking it's quite low. Reason why I'm talking about that. Might not hurt to just get an industrial building. We also do, of course, need population, though. So I'm going to build my wonderful Olmec head, first and foremost. And let's maybe try and pick up something that could help our industry with our next technology as well. So masonry, for example, looks really tasty. I might want to use the stoneworks, or I might want to force population out of my city to complete vital districts. So let's grab it. The deer! The terror deer! I'm often torn between watching Jumbo and watching Potato. Alec, I really appreciate that. I consider that to be a huge accolade to be compared to somebody of great of great success and really high effort, good quality content. That means a lot. I watch Potato for his Irish accent. I watch Jumbo because I have to. You're supposed to say I watch Jumbo for his Kiwi accent. No? Come on, it was voted the world's most sexiest accent! And I don't know why. Honestly, I don't know why. Let's go for Smart Council. It'll push us towards liberty, which gives us more influence. Something I want as an influence-based culture. But also the +1 city cap, which we're going to need because these guys over here are very quickly coming under our realm of influence. Once they get into this last bracket and they're getting 10 a turn, we'll be able to hoover them up. Ooh, and this unit is going to get attacked by this unit all freaking day. So let's just hop off the river. It should take them a while to get to me. So we'll just try and hide. Maybe they don't get there. Yes, they ran away. Brilliant. Okay, now we'll move back onto the river again, because the spot to claim will be somewhere along these rivers. Look at these rivers. Jeepers. That is insane. That is insane. Gareth. I'm so glad you popped in for a quick hello. Sorry, but I have to watch Adele one night only. Oh my god, she is amazing. Have a great stream, JumboPixel. Gareth, that's probably the best comment you've ever commented. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. Hello from the other side? Incredible. You enjoy that, Chief. An intelligible variant of English and Australian accents. I don't know about intelligible. I actually thought you meant... when I first read it, I thought you wrote illegible. It's like, yeah, it's a fairly illegible accent. Am I saving my money for anything? Yes. We want to buy out this Olmec head. 7 turns worth of industry? Absolutely not. But we're producing a reasonable amount of money. So we can use money to buy that. That is brilliant. We might do the same again for some sort of industrial improvement here. Because it is kind of desperate. Yeah, we'll do the same again. We'll save up our gold, buy them a maker's district, get them some something here in Laventa, a city that is super struggling. And of course, part 2 is to connect some industry. So we build this, it's built in 2 turns, we'll connect that up as well. Stability is going to be the next issue for Laventa, probably. Because I've had to go quite heavy on it. No. Ooh. Okay. I had to go quite heavy on a district build early on, and so that's meant its stability will drop quite quickly. And hey, presto, take a look. They're both at 100. This one, a much smaller city that's been at 100 for longer as well, right? It's probably been there for a turn. We are 100 out of 100 patronage over them. We can spend a measly 15 influence. The cost for this should probably go up. We can spend 15 influence to hoover up what is essentially a free city. I mean, actually, let's be real, right? That really is ridiculously cheap. I'm making 49 influence a turn. And I can spend but 15 to hoover this up. Now, granted, I have invested a lot in it already, right? The cost of me building up this patronage quicker than everyone else was expensive. At an estimate, I would say I probably spent over 100 influence and over 100 gold, but probably less than 200 or 250. Either way, it only costs 15 influence to assimilate them. We've got the Civic as well. A reminder, assimilated peoples has cut the cost in half too. Thank you very much, assimilated peoples. Absolutely worth investing in. Let us take Luluban. Yeet. With one click. Boom. It's under our control. It's our city. That's great, of course, because we're now getting its yields. We have an extra city to produce extra faith for us as well, right? We're getting faith per main plaza. Lots of yields from main plazas, as you can see. But also, of course, connecting an additional city will also grant me any units that they have. So now I have an additional 2 units. Finally, we have some sort of army, and we should absolutely be rerouting those back to the capital. Our most important city, of course, to defend. But of course, also as a new city, it provides me with opportunities to build more of my unique districts. Hallelujah. But also get more stars, right? And you will have seen that expansionist star popped up. Expansionist stars, of course, are earned by attaching territories to cities, or just building cities, because they count as cities attached to cities, because they are cities. I've said cities a shitty number of cities times. But the point stands. More stars, more everything. You can't go wrong. And we're still within our city cap. A win, win, freaking win. You're working, Gareth. Working on listening to your Adele mixtape, by the sounds. Almost ready for the classical era. Gotta build at least one javelin thrower army first to test it, if nothing else. Good call, Pete. Good call. Let's prioritize. I mean, I think we'll still be able to build them unless we, unless they get replaced. But I would like to have them built while they're effective, which I'm imagining is probably your more concrete point. So let's try and build them while they're effective. Maybe in each city I just queue one up. Luluban. A card will be ready to assimilate next turn. Actually, let's have a look and get a poll going for who we should play in the next era. So we've lost the Mayans. Yikes. We've lost the Celts. Yikes. We've lost the Greeks. Who cares? I'm never going to live that down. Okay, so the Celts and the Mayans, 2 very good cultures. The rest are okay. Who do I want in this game? So I've started as the Olmecs. I've gone influence heavy. I've gone city heavy. I'm not super heavy on industry. It's been a weak point for me, notably. So I could do 2 things. I could double down on what I'm good at, or I could try and fill my blanks. Going somewhere in between is also totally viable. Not for me. So, money is also something I'm kind of good at. Aksumites, not terrible. Carthaginians really rely on their great harbours, and we don't have a lot of coastal tiles, so I'm going to rule them out. The Goths, a militarist culture who buff ransacking and give you faith. The Huns, a militarist culture, a better one. The Mauryans are reasonable aesthete culture again, so we could get more influence on our districts and cheaper attaching. Could be quite fun. Their stupa provides science as well, which is nice. And some fun elephants. The Persians do interest me a lot. +2 city cap, which we're about to go over when we pick up another city, and more stability. Or even the Romans. We are playing the Romans in our other existing game, but this is, like I say, more of a one-off special stream to focus more on over-explaining a bit as we go. Yes, Luna, Humankind is on sale. They launched a demo, they launched a game update, they've been nominated for Game of the Year, and they're on sale. Romans, a Delbite. Alright, let it be known. Okay, I think that the more... I always say their name wrong, I'm sorry. I think that the Morians will be a good pick. Absolutely. And then I think for me, the other pick is the Persians. Also another good pick because they're expansionist, which combos very well with aesthetic cultures. So I'm going to literally just make it a choice of the two because I think that they are two pretty clear frontrunners. Romans were buffed. You could test it. +1 unit slot, -30% army upkeep. I don't think... They weren't buffed. Oh, yes, they were. They were. You're right, Pete. Oh, my goodness. That does throw a spanner in the work. All right. We'll put the Romans in as well. Romans were buffed but mainly around their unique unit. Their unique unit is now unlocked at standing army. I found this on the web. Which is actually super important. Pete, thank you for bringing that up. I don't think they're the best ones still out of this decision, but they're close enough that I think we should definitely vote on it because I would happily play them. So the Romans were buffed in a very interesting way, and it was around their Praetorian Guards. They weren't really changed too much, aside for some tweaks around upkeep, but the biggest change to them is where they're unlocked. Take a look on the tech tree. So you move through, you choose your culture, you're jumping through into the classical era. Previously, they were unlocked at Imperial Power, all the way at the end of the classical era. Now, granted, you do research it slightly cheaper as the Romans, but it's just not enough. It's buried behind a lot of other technologies. Now you get them as soon as you arrive in the classical era with standing army. You unlock the swordsman, and they are now classified as an upgrade to the swordsman, so they replace the swordsman effectively, rather than being a separate unit. So that's great for two reasons, because no longer do you have swordsmen and your Praetorian Guards, and you're like, why do these both exist? But secondly, you unlock it much, much earlier, which gives you a powerful unit very early in the era. I'm at work listening right now and just say I appreciate your content. Med's game easy to understand, helped me in my first victory yesterday. Oh, GG to you, Jeremiah! That's so cool to hear, thank you. I really do love it when those messages come through. It's so nice. It's so nice. Romans were buffed in a weird way. Yeah, lots of like sort of buffing them around the edges. I quite like it. It's an interesting approach. It's a really interesting approach to how you change and buff cultures. And I quite like it, yeah. Okay, here's a javelin thrower. Is this our only one? Pretty sure it is. Oh my god, and this outpost has finally been established. The most pointless outpost of all time, by the way. Okay. Ooh, shoot. Here's an army of 4 warriors directly on my border. Yeah, warriors upgrade into them now. That's right. It's the upgrade paths that are really important. Praetorian Guards are the best unit in the era now. I think you're probably right, yeah. It's such a close call, too. Yeah, you know what? The more we talk about the Romans, the more I think, actually, we may need the Romans. This may not be a choice here. Because there's a lot of aggression coming at me. Oh, and we can use our aesthete ability to good use here. So we picked up this city, and it's under the social influence, the societal influence of another empire. But I can use my aesthete ability on it to convert it to mine. It won't stay that way, as you can tell, because of the proximity to them and the lack of proximity to me, for the most part. Maybe also my influence generation could be waning. But yeah, we'll convert it over to us. It'll stay with us for a little bit at least. We also need to get our holy site online to buff our religion up a bit. The plus 20 faith per turn is pretty big. Oh, and God, before I can even do anything else. Ooh, what are you doing? Combat strength 16, combat strength 14, but they're on a river. I think we'll actually take this fight. There's no way that they can get around this river and get on the same level as me without it taking them about 10,000. I'd say 10,000 turns, but actually there's a turn. They'll want to take this flag, probably. And I don't want them to do that. So I'm going to move on to the flag and hit them from here. A nice high ground attack that'll probably win me the match, actually. Now that they're on the same footing as me, I'm going to take a lot more damage, though, so I might just defend the flag, try and ride out the fight. Oh, actually... yeah, no, I'll stick with that. Stick with that. Nice. Brilliant. And for your efforts, you can claim an outpost. I'm not even sure where we are, but you're going to do it. Amazing. Amazing. And wow, it was actually a swing vote. The Romans took it. It was a very awkward unit on the tree. You're right. You're right, Ken. And now it's massive. Yep, and they won. 44%. Alright, seeing as this is a relatively, sort of a test game and Overexplained, we're just sort of experimenting around, having a bit of fun, sharing some knowledge as we go. I will move through quickly today, but just so you know, it is generally a good idea to wait around and pick up some more stars. More stars is more fame, and you need fame to win. I'm not looking like I'm in a great spot to win at the moment, but don't worry, we can catch up as we go along. Just to reiterate though, the ideal catch-up strategy would actually be to wait around here longer, earn more of these stars and earn more fame, because the final stars reward a lot more fame than the earlier ones. But because we're quite interested in testing and learning, and we're actually at threat here of an aggressive war that would just wipe me out, I don't think I can hang around. So let us go for who you voted for, which was hilariously the Romans, the newly buffed Romans. Let's try out these Praetorian guards. Praetorian, even. Cool. Alright. And then in turn, and we'll... Oh, hold on. Just assimilate this into my empire, just quickly. Nice free city. Quickly smash down an Olmec head. And... just so that that's starting to be built. Right, another Olmec head to the collection. Actually, is there anywhere else that would like to do that before we go? Maybe Markeb. Let's make sure Markeb has one of these that it's working on too. Could get one in Kuma if we want to attach Kuma to here. It's quite a high food outpost, but I don't think we want to do that. So we'll just leave it. And of course, picking up the city has given me a whole load of extra units. Which we could actually fight with and gain some military stars right now. Ah, shoot! No! I don't have organized warfare, so I can't reinforce, do I? Yep. No, we're gonna have to retreat from that. Should have combined my armies first. That was a big misclick by me. Now my armies are awkward and separated. Dang it. Oh well, we'll keep them as defenders instead. Let's move through as the Romans anyway.
As centers grow, both ideas and sewage are generated at a record pace. Arts and sciences flourish.
Yeah, totally. We know the disliker, and we know the likers as well.
To control these, though the Romans did indeed appreciate intangibles, I might be tempted to say that their most famous creation...
As the Romans, you have reached the classical era. Woohoo. Alright.
Very tangible.
Let's try and test out this unit at the very least. This is a super ugly fight. I'm just going to let those units die, unfortunately. They were in a bad spot. Continue to move these ones towards La Lorenzo, although we could fight a weak opponent there. Let's do it. We'll just clean them up on our way by. Sorry, friend. And yeah, we could send the scout up there, maybe claim that. That's fine. We'll allow it. My new emblematic quarter is now the Triumphant Arc, but I'm not sure that that's actually what I want to be doing here. Influence, stability. Alright, fine. Smash it down there. Block that little weight. Lulu Barn, once it's finished building its Olmec head, it should probably build one of these as well. Womp it in there. Any vital technologies. Organized warfare. Clearly pretty important. But also standing army. So good. Let's move through to it as soon as we can. As soon as we can. Hey! Hey, Smart, my friend! Oh, good to see you, and look at you on your 3-month anniversary! Fancy highlighted message. Sorry I've been busy the last couple of months at work right now. Have a wonderful day. Oh, no one ever needs to apologize for being busy or not tuning in. You owe me nothing. If anything, I owe you the world, not the other way around. So all good, my friend. It'd be wonderful to chat with you again when you can. And thank you so much for 3 months of membership. How about it? Third of the way there towards our membership, baby. Oh God, why did I say that? Alright, army composition. Minus 30% industry cost. Push me back to the center. Good for my stability, worse for my influence. But maybe better for my influence because it's better for my stability. Or we go just hard out, crazy town, full liberty mode. We could, but I think I'll refrain from doing that right now. And holy. Wait. I caught the purple out the corner of my eye. I'm wondering, did that name update? It's still saying Bray Guy. Why is it saying that? Let me check that. Monthly top donor. Ah, because you're first equal, I suppose. What if I change it to session top donor? Does that work? That apparently does nothing. Okay. Session top donator? Nope, that does nothing. Okay. Session top super chatter? No. Session recent donator? No. Most recent donor? Also doesn't work. I'm sorry, I just want to acknowledge you! Most recent super chatter. Wait, now they're both most... Oh, maybe it was just updating. It was probably just updating. Okay, I'll leave it as is. Apologies for my dumb technical delays. I have recently just swapped over a lot of things. The next stream will be a lot more smooth, I promise. Thank you for bearing with me. Let's just briefly change this to... Not sure even what that figure is. It's probably lifetime... Oh my god. My ineptness. My ineptness is showing. Hey, has someone seen my ineptness? Super chat train counter. What the hell does that mean? I don't know what I'm doing. Super chat train latest name. There we go. Look, that puts your name there. I'll work that out later. Either way, hey Smart, you really didn't have to do that, but thank you so much for a $50 freaking super chat. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. Thank you for supporting me to do this. Seriously, thank you for supporting me to do this, and Merry Christmas when the time comes. Yeah, 8-bit Ashley. The 50 Civics is a little bit bugged for some, but not all people, I believe. Stupidity. Thinking about this was honestly the only reason I ever picked Byzantium. Byzantium. Alright. 2 more of these units. Let's bring them to... Let's keep bringing them over to the capital. We've now got an expansionist affinity, which is a little bit more awkward to muster.
5 farmers' quarters. This one city
I would also
must
quite
have
like to
more farmers
try
than most
out
empires.
these javelin throwers. And I'm wondering if trying them out against 4 warriors is a good or a bad idea. If we could fight them in a forest, I think it would be a good idea. Is there a forest anywhere? Maybe we could fight over that. We could send them to fight over that outpost. It's quite far away though. Could send them... let's just walk them that way. Claim this outpost. Absolute whomper of one too. How about it? You're stuck at 40? Yeah, I've heard people stuck at 47, 48, and 40 so far. I wasted a bunch of turn building my ineptness in a lake and it's still there. Literally, 22 turns, I'm pretty sure. And it's still just sitting there. War's been declared by the Mayans. We expected this. And in a way, kind of glad that they did. Although, they've fought me on... Fighting me on this front, and it's actually one that I can't even defend. So this may be an example of a loss rather than a victory, but what it does teach me is, hey punk, you forgot your walls. These cities didn't have walls, which is very unfortunate. I'm probably going to lose this, so we'll go manual though, and see if we can at least have a look and see what the AI is doing. We don't even have enough district spaces to keep our units defended. Tough. Very tough. And actually, we're just completely overwhelmed. Completely overwhelmed. Build the Roman Colosseum there and they're fighting me. Place ineptness with nuclear submarine. Yeah, essentially. Yeah, so that was an absolute bloodbath. Oh my goodness, Ace Smart back at it with a $5 super sticker as well. Hype, 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 hype. All the hype. Unfortunately, this is not hype. Just lost that city. We may lose Luluban as well. And I can't really get units there very quickly. I could march these units all the way back. It's going to take them 5 turns. We'll give it a go. And do I send these throwers into a battle that they're probably going to lose? Part of me thinks, actually, yeah. Kind of fun. We'll test them. A 3v4 would actually be a very interesting test, so we might try for that. Let's get our influence online, and thinking ahead, we're going to want capacity to build Roman units, which also actually means we just want influence and stability. Buy that javelin thrower. 3 for 3 is pretty good, so we'll take that. Just stand back here for the minute. Oh shoot, and they're actually going to take both free undefended cities from me. I have no choice. I have to just tap that. I have to just tap out of that and ignore that side for now. What we do is we sweep back through once we have our Roman units online, because they're much stronger. I could fight over this now. I could tap out, give them peace in exchange for a lot of money or cities, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. They may actually even generate enough war support from controlling my cities to just end this war outright. So I'll just check the peace deal now, just in case it's a goodie. It's not a goodie. We'll leave that. Hopefully we'll be able to swing around back at them and take them out. In light of that, we should probably establish a third city in one of these. Oh, it's too expensive though. Okay, we're in a difficult spot. Not gonna lie, we're in a difficult spot. But actually, all the better to learn off, so not mad at it at all. Let's consolidate our forces as planned on the capital city and build out from there. This scout also is probably pretty useless now, being anything other than population in a city. So let's send that back. Allow it to become population. Mayans everywhere. Retreat to the forest. Yeah. We should be using our terrain to our advantage as well. Terrain to our advantage as well. Okay. Get those javelin throwers together. Could also pick up a wanderer to help us. The downside here is that units ignore movement penalties through forests. Oh my god, it's meant to be. We'll grab the Temple of Artemis. It's probably too late for it, but we'll grab it anyway. Not willing to try and build it now, though. It's just a little bit too busy. A little bit too busy right now. You know, defending my entire empire. That little thing. Alright. Here's a very interesting test run. So we have 3 of our javelin throwers, not near a lot of forest. However, there is a low ground forest back here. Coming up against not 1, not 2, but 3 warriors and an archer, the inferior version of my throwers. Let's give them a fight. I do have 2 spearmen back here as well, just in case it gets a little bit messy. I'll keep these spearmen nearby. We can bring them in if we need them. Oh, and they ran away. Clearly, I was favored to win. Otherwise, they would have tried. Let's merge this army together now. Have them as one standing army. We just need more units, I think. I would love to get infrastructure. I would love to get walls. I would love to build my arch. But we just have to focus purely on the war stick right now. Purely on that stupid war stick. So let's get more units. I do, of course, also need science, I acknowledge. Convert the scout into population in San Lorenzo. Do the old trade. Actually, you know what? Let's go on the aggressive instead of the defensive. Let's not even build walls. At the moment, we just have to go all in, I think. Keep building javelin throwers. Keep throwing javelins. Throw them all. And let's walk through here. And maybe use our expansionist ability. Yeah, we get to try the old 2-for-1 deal. Fantastic. The expansionist ability is now free. So we can click this under one banner. Click an outpost. And we can annex it for free. Not only destroying it from their empire, but actually instantly connecting it to mine. So good. And we'll position up our units nearby, and hopefully we're strong enough to to defend against any incoming attackers. There's an iron, so we're kind of ready on that front. We do need more industry, don't we? +5 per copper and some per makers. Also quite low on food here. Just low on everything here. Just let that guy build up. You do you, Laventa. Relatively low stability. Could try and push that to the limit. Oh boy, they are maybe coming back to defend that. There's actually no way through here. The impassable mountain range of San Lorenzo, a wonderfully defendable spot, as luck would have it. Okay. That's fine. We'll just wait here and build up Army 2 on the city. Stone or rocky fields. We have a few of them, but maybe not connected. Let's go for the forge first. We are halfway through our free expansionizing. Good to see. You thought that was your stomach? Ah! Whoa. Everything's fine. Patriotic. Yes. Brilliant. More units. We're gonna freaking turn this around. I'm gonna freaking turn this around. I'm gonna start by claiming this for free. I'm also gonna make friends with the Greeks, God help me.
So, tell me.
Trade with them when we can. They'll be our ticket to freedom. Hey, Tanvir! Okay, boom. So, like I say, expansion is done. Free outpost connected. Great. San Lorenzo really needs it too. Oh no, we've lost our iron. Oh shoot. That is the only downside to this, really.
Tell me what you wish.
We might have to push ahead just with javelin throwers. Try and take back our iron. So we just need this territory. Our army will be stronger. Yeah, it's a yikes, but I reckon we might be able to just expansionize it back. Just use our expansionist ability to take it back, that is. So let's move through and just use our expansionist ability to just take that iron back. The beautiful part about us playing as the Romans is that we can do just that, actually. So let's do that. I'm worried these units are going to get pinned alone, so I'm just going to pull them back toward the base a bit. Forge isn't completing. Why? Because I don't have any copper anymore. Oh, yikes. Yikes! But, not the end of the world. More javelin throwers, right? All the freaking javelins. All the freaking javelins. We're building them faster after all. Our warriors can upgrade too, so actually I shouldn't sleep on them too much. Let's queue up a few warriors as well. Nice mix of javelins and warriors, and we'll push back against the scoundrel that is the enemy here. Really hard to move through San Lorenzo, which is good for us, but also kind of bad for us. Or look at this, as the enemy surrounds me on all fronts. Romans also get 5 units armies. Yeah, another plus. Totally another plus, Pete. Absolutely. Okay. Let's get +1 combat strength on our units too. And I can upgrade this into my Praetorian Guard as soon as I get iron. So it's of paramount importance that we get this iron back.
Greetings.
And we should build up some war support against these guys as well. So if they reject one of my proposals, it will generate some war score. So we could propose that they share maps and then they'll refuse it. That will add a grievance now that they've refused my clearly open cooperation. So we will push that as a demand against them. Now it's a demand. If they refuse it and say, no, you can't have demands, we are forced to go to war. Otherwise, it'll sit there and slowly build up my war support over time, allowing us to declare war again on them. For the first time, actually, as it were. We have to be careful that we don't fall too far behind as well. If you wait too long, you'll just lose. And I could do that this time. I could just lose. No secret. I could just lose. But if we win these fights, then we're away laughing. So let's do that.
The Axiomites, farmers.
Oh, this is not what was meant to happen. Maybe a change of plan. Hey, at least we get to try out our units though. So another AI has decided to declare war against me. There's a siege of my capital. Let's fight them. Manually. It's quite the fight. Firstly, I'm looking for forested tiles to put my dudes in, or just give them high ground. There isn't a lot of forest for these dudes to really enjoy. So what I might do is send some melee units to the very front line, hold this flank, have some archers behind. Then we want... could put one there on that forest, but it is also a river tile, which is not ideal. Might put one there just to test its defense. Literally just a test game. And then I think everyone else should be okay almost exactly where they are. Alright, let's have a look-see. Swordsman, combat strength 32. Me, combat strength much less than 32. But actually a good strike down there on a more common foe. Let's have a look at this. So here we are fighting a 19 combat strength versus my default. What am I now? What actually is that fight? Look at that. 32 combat strength, 23 base, 6 from the favored terrain, 4 from the high ground, and 2 from being near friendly units. If I wasn't losing the river crossing, I would be the strongest unit in this battle right now. How good. Go you. Brilliant stuff. And obviously, shooting down from the high ground, no question who is going to win that fight. It's these melee ones against their powerful swordsmen that I'm likely to struggle against. Let's put it on auto. See what the AI wants to do with this battle. Watch it play out. Interesting that they would reposition my archers down the bottom left there. Because now they're just having to run them all the way back. I note also that our super strong dude just died. But considering it really had the deck stacked against it, standing on that tile, it did a good job. It's a good tile to attack from, it's a terrible tile to defend from, and the AI seems to routinely be moving back to it. Not overly happy with that, but that's okay. Lucky we had an army here waiting to go. Let's go for the extra stability. We need it. We really need it. Yes, favored terrain is the javelin thrower trait. Marco, to answer your question, it is called Ambusher, stronger on forested tiles. And that tile there is, of course, a forested tile. And that has been buffed in the last update as well. It used to either give +2 or +4, and now it gives +6, which is, incredible? I'm gonna say incredible. Yep. Oh, just give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Oh, actually, do I have a sexy be right back screen? I'm pretty sure I do. Oh my god, he'll be right back. Glad you like the yeah, it's for the bots. +6 in ancient. Yeah, real good. Anyway, let's take us off this probably the best dang looking BRB you've ever seen in your life, and move us to the live scene. I'm glad you like the new interfaces. I'm glad it was worthwhile. I'm technologically inept, so it took me far too long. So I'm glad somebody likes it. I'm glad you like it. Hey. We do still want to move through and expansionize that territory. So I guess I'm just gonna have to walk around. We just have to start walking around and just keep pumping out units, I think. Just keep pumping out the units that we can pump out. Swordsman, good upgrade over the warriors. Maybe another thrower. More people on industry. Nice. In fact, let's put this on expert policy. That'll force, and then I'll move industry to the front, and that will force it to be industrialist. We will run out of population at some point soon, though. I think that's okay. It is pretty interesting that the warrior upgrades straight to the Praetorian Guard, eh? Normally, of course, it would upgrade to the swordsman, like the swordsman that I'm building here, because I haven't unlocked the Praetorian Guards yet because I don't have iron. It's an interesting interaction. I wonder if it's actually worthwhile. Maybe it isn't. We'll see. We'll see. I'm sort of thinking, yeah, thinking no.
Come over here.
Oh, look, now they yeah, you better step back, bucko.
Let's go.
Should we declare war on the Umayyads?
Please be quick. I have important people to talk
We're
to.
nearly in a position where we could. We can win a fight straight away. We'll think about it. It's very close. Oh, we are actually also still at war with these guys, aren't we?
I am listening.
It's going to take 44 turns for that to just naturally wrap up. So we might have to also make sure that we keep some units near San Lorenzo. Otherwise it'll die a horrible death. Oh, look, here they come back again. I really need to expansionize as well. Clearly the bottleneck is my expansionizing. Now, if these units step in here to fight me, I will need to be nearby, so we'll just hold the line. I'd like to send these four this way, to be fair. Take that. Take that. That's what I want, that administrative center. Oh, I'm gonna be greedy and go for it. I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit. Chocolatey sponge cake divided by apricot in between. Oh my god, stop, I'm hungry. Ooh. Hold on. We might actually need to bring in the reinforcements. I'm gonna fight this fight. Let's see what they've got. If we can hide in forests, we might be able to just use our super overpowered units. Huh. Interestingly, I'm starting with high ground, too. Ooh, there's a forested tile there. Okay, go on. Okay, so you can see there, this swordsman did a lot of damage to my unique, which it should. It's got 31 combat strength. What does the fight back look like? Fairly even. I'm getting that wonderful +6 from the favored terrain, which is helping to lift me up, but I'm damaged. I think we fall back to the high ground. And hold. And hold. And you can shoot down at someone. They've actually got better javelins than me. It's javelin v javelin. Ridiculous. It's gonna be quite close, actually. Let's bring these units into the fight. And just yeet down this way. Javelin throwers. We want maybe on that high ground. Yep. And another one just back behind this guy, I suppose. Who apparently can't see over him to shoot. That's a shame. Alright. We've got numbers now, but weaker units still. To be fair, much weaker units. But let's take a look, see how we go. great defense there. Look at that. We've been poisoned. We've been poisoned, but we're still defending very well. Yeesh. There was a close fight, and I think really it goes to show just how powerful, even though they're massively out-teched, just how powerful the javelin throwers really are. My goodness. Sad thing is we're not going to be able to get to the iron. We're not going to be able to get to the iron, I don't think. Here's some peasants, which I don't love. Don't love that. We'll revisit that. San Lorenzo is now awkwardly straddling. Oh, it's so awkwardly straddling a boundary here. It's been really pushed back as well, which is such a shame. It's such a shame. In a situation like this, which as a new player, you may find yourself in. I mean, heck, I found myself in it and I'm not a new player. It's nothing to do with being new. It's just the roll of the dice. In a situation like this, you really have three options. The first one would be to say, okay, I lost, bad start, aggressive AI, whoop, yeet it out, move back into a new go. Yeah, Daniel, we got forced into a peace deal that was not a very good peace deal. The second option would be to say, okay, give up everything in the hinterland, focus in the middle, and build it up. That's the strategy we went for to protect San Lorenzo. And it's worked. San Lorenzo has been defended. But because we've been declared war on two fronts now, it's probably not going to play out. So, honestly, if you're in a situation like this, and it sucks to say it live, but it is true, if you're in a situation like this, it may be better to just take the L. Just take the L. It's not the end of the world. Just take the L. I'm not going to, but you could. Oh, shoot. I want to play out the rest of this battle, really. And I don't really want to play out that one. I just want to see how these javelin throwers get on. And then we might have to move to a different save file to test the Praetorian Guards after all. Oh, they tried really hard. Look at that. So close. You did so well. But with that obliteration, we will wave the white flag on that one. Watch this. Oh my god, he did. He did. And that will conclude. This was a special stream, so I will end it there. The purpose was really just to take you through, this is how the game, this Welcome to Humankind, a demo came out today. You might want to try it, you might want to play it. And so, hopefully, you've learned something along the way. I know that I at least taught someone that you can shift F10 to go into a super duper view. So that's a thing. Also, this was, to be fair, also quite selfishly, a test stream for me as well. I wanted to test my new stream assets, make sure that everything was working properly. Unfortunately, it wasn't working properly at all, because I was meant to be streaming on Twitch as well, and that just didn't happen. So that's a shame. But otherwise, it seems to have worked okay. It seems to have worked okay. And hopefully we had fun, too. That is the most important part. And I reckon we probably did. I did, anyway. And just to reiterate, lots of exciting stuff happening for Humankind at the moment. There's a demo out. If you don't own it, you can play it for free. There's a sale on at the moment as well. 20% off on Steam. I have my things, but yep. It is early for me. Yes, you're right. An earlier start. Well, it was, anyway. Few early starts this week. Lots of stuff to cover. But also, Octopus, actually, it's Pokemon release day, and the stores opened an hour and a half ago, and I haven't gone there to grab my copy. So I might also have to go and do that. Thank you very, very much for watching. In future, I'll try and dual stream on Twitch and YouTube, but YouTube will always be my platform of choice, just so you know. Primarily and always a YouTube streamer. Looks like I enjoyed the thanks of the tip. It helped a lot. Super fun to see the buffed Olmecs. Yes, that was good. You're right, Pete. That was really good. The FTN tip. Yeah. But, Tanvir, to answer your come on bro, it's too early. I agree. Gonna go for a big stream at the weekend. Either, will it be my tomorrow? My tomorrow is Saturday. For a lot of you, it's Friday. It will either be my Saturday or my Sunday, right? So, yeah. There'll be a big Humankind stream coming soon. Stay tuned. It'll be soon, I promise. We're also We're also going to play, that save file that we didn't finish. That great military save file where we really had a lot of success. So absolutely, we'll jump in and play that. And oh my god, Rodney. Oh, that alert is in a messy spot. Thank you for helping me test that, Rodney. I think we'll move you up to the top left. Put that screaming SpongeBob over there. Shrink that a bit. Yeah, nice one, Rodney. But actually, more importantly, thank you so much for the £5 super chat to end the stream. I found it entertaining. I'm glad somebody did. Also, shout out to Victor, one of the team from Amplitude who was in the chat today as well. That was pretty cool to be able to chat to them. BD or SP? You know what? I was an SP kid. A P kid, so to speak. Pearl, all day baby. But I thought I'd break the mold, go for a change. I went with BD. I'm not sure if I'm going to like it or not. I'll let you know. Anyway, thanks so much for tuning in. Huck, thanks for your absolutely diligent moderating. Shame we had a couple of messy people in here to ruin the fun. Actually, just one. But we got rid of them. Alright, enjoy everybody. Enjoy the rest of your days. It's a very exciting weekend for Humankind, so hopefully you get some fun Humankind time in. And I'll see you either tomorrow or the day after. Moving forward, I will be posting also, just so you know, a more complete stream schedule, or at least one that stretches ahead a few days so you can plan ahead just that little bit better. And I'll be posting it largely on Twitter, but maybe also on the YouTube community page. And of course, we'll be talking in Discord. Thanks for watching. You're also Pearl Octopus. Oh my god, I love it. Oh, the glory days on the Nintendo DS. Take me back, but also don't take me back, because this is wicked. Alright. I'll see you all very soon. Take care, everybody, and thanks so much for tuning in. And also, really appreciate the Super Chat donations throughout the whole stream. Particularly you, Ace Smart, with your 55 Merry Christmas dollars. But also Kick-Ass Duke with a tenner, Alec with 5, and Devilish with 2. Yes, I do, Octopus. Juggling a bit, but I've managed to be able to reduce the hours that I spend outside of this, because this earns a bit of money. So, just full disclosure, it's a balancing act for me at the moment, so it can be difficult to try and slot in this, which I love, around that, which I have to do. But I'm able to do more of this and less of that because of your generosity, basically. So, thanks so much. Anyway, look, I'll stop rambling. It is a sexy